Hi all, welcome to the channel Cloud Knowledge. Today in this video we'll study about export of Azure SQL Database using PowerShell commandlets as well as Azure CLI commands. So we'll study first about the PowerShell and then about the CLI commands, and both will be executed in the Azure environment. Okay, so first is PowerShell. For this PowerShell, if we go to the notepad where I have pasted the PowerShell as well as the CLI commands, we use New-AzSql Database commandlet. So this will be used here in the PowerShell. And then in the Azure CLI, we have AzSqlDB-export. This will be used for the CLI. So let's go to the standard documentation for the PowerShell command, that is New-AzSql Database-export. It is already opened here. We have Googled and we have opened the Microsoft Learn page, and this is the page under the documentation for PowerShell 10.4.1 where New-AzSql Database-export exports an Azure SQL database as a Bacpac file to storage account. Okay, so this video is in continuation to the playlist of Azure SQL Database export scenarios which we have covered using different methods. So we'll be using the same database and the storage account. I will show it again in this video. So the syntax is New-AzSql Database export, the database name, server name, storage key type, storage key, storage URI, admin, login and password, and other details. So here's the command where we have added the resource group name first, server name, database name, storage key type, then the storage key, URI of the storage, login and password. If we go further down, it will have the description here and then an example. If you go further down, we have the parameters and their significance written in this page. Okay, we need not see each and every thing here. We will study about it in the commandlet written over here. Okay, so first is the resource group name, server name, database name. So let's go to the Azure portal. I'll show you which database we are using. It's Cloud Knowledge SQL DB database here, and it lies inside the resource group which is mentioned here in the overview section, the resource group name. The same we have added here. Server name is here, server name of the database. Then the database name, which is Cloud Knowledge SQL DB, storage key type, where we want to land the Bacpac created by the export. So for that, we have CKADLS, where we have different containers here. We want it to land inside Bacpac export container, and in the overview section we have the details of the storage account. Okay, it lies inside the same resource group. Then the storage key is there. The storage key is present inside the access key section. Here you can take one of the key from here, paste it here. Storage key type is storage access key. Since we are using the storage key from the access key section, we'll take the storage key type as storage access key. Storage URI can be taken from the endpoint section. Endpoints lies under the settings section. Here in the endpoint, we'll get the endpoint URL. This is the one. Okay, this we will add here in the storage URI along with the folder name, that is the container name, Bacpac export, and the Bacpac file name, which is Bacpac CK SQL DB ps.bacpac. Here we have given ps in order to recognize that the Bacpac is generated using the PowerShell command. Okay, then the login and password of the server which you have here. Okay, SQL database is here and we have its corresponding server which is this server, SQL Server, login and password for this. So this is the command which is ready. We'll copy the command and open the PowerShell. So how we will open PowerShell? Here at the top right side we have Cloudshell, okay, icon present. We'll just click over it. It will open a page here at the bottom and will show us the two options at the left, bash or PowerShell. So since we are going to execute PowerShell commands, we'll select PowerShell, switch to PowerShell from Cloudshell. Let's wait. Authentication completed. We'll paste the command which we have created. Okay, and click on enter. So upon clicking enter, it shows that it will not bind the parameter login password because it could not convert the password string to secure string. So in order to convert the string to secure string, we have to add this password into a plain text variable. Here we have added, and then we are creating another variable secure password where we are using convert to secure string, this plain text, that is the raw password, as plain text and adding force here. Okay, so this command will help to convert the string to secure string. We are converting it to secure string, and then we are using the command here, that is the same command as above. Instead of the admin login password directly here writing, we'll use this secure password. So let's copy these three commands, that is plain text, then converting to secure password and using it in the main commandlet. So let's paste the commands here and then click enter. Let's wait. We can see that it displays the different details which we have given. There is no error message yet and the status shows blank. Let's wait for some time and then we'll go to the storage Gentoo account inside the container section inside Bacpac export, and we will click on refresh in some time and we will see the Bacpac generated here through PowerShell. Let's click on refresh inside the container and we can see database export ck_db.bacpac is generated. So since in the new command with the secure password we have not given ps at the end of the Bacpac file name, it has generated database export ck_db.bacpac. Okay, so this is generated in the storage account with the help of PowerShell commandlet, which is New-AzSqL Database_Export. Now next is Azure CLI commands to export SQL DB, which is Azure SQL DB export. So if we copy this and go to the standard documentation here in Microsoft Learn, we are under the Azure CLI documentation section where we are under the SQL DB section. Under SQL DB, AzSQL DB, we have different commands and we have to search for export of Azure SQL Database. So here is AzSQL DB export, which is used to export a database to a Bacpac. So we have opened it here and exporting a database to a Bacpac command is given here. The syntax is given where we have to give the admin password, user, storage key type, whether it is shared access key or storage access key, storage URI or type, IDs, name, etc. Then we have the different examples with the help of storage account key or SAS key. Different types of examples are given here. And in our example, we have two ways. First command we are using alias, okay, for the different parameters, and in the second one we are using full name. First one is S, that is the server name. Then N stands for the database name. Then comes the resource group. G, P is the password, U is the username. Then storage key is there, storage key type, storage URI. In the second command, we are writing, instead of S, we are using full name, that is the server name. Then the database name, resource group name, admin password, admin user, storage key, key type, storage URI. Okay, let's copy the first one, the first command, and go to the Azure portal, to the section here, and change the Cloudshell from PowerShell to Bash. So it is switching to Bash in the Cloudshell. Just confirm it. So this is the command line. We'll paste the command. Then click on enter. It shows running. We'll wait for some time. Here also we are using the same database and storage account. Here only the new Bacpac will be generated with the help of the CLI command. So let's go back and see the status. It's still running. Here we can see that the running completed and the different details which we have given is shown along with the status that the Bacpac export is completed. We'll go back to the storage account and click on refresh. We could see here the Bacpac SQLDB CLI example created. Example, this was the name which we have given in the command. Okay, CLI example, the first example. Now we'll see with the help of the second example where we are using the complete name instead of the alias. Copy the command, go back to the Cloudshell. Here we are going to paste and click enter. It's starting, running. We'll wait again for this command to complete. So here it shows completed, status completed. We'll go to the storage account, click on refresh, and could see the third Bacpac generated example 2. Okay, so we have seen in this video how we can export Azure SQL Database with the help of PowerShell commands or Azure CLI commands. Thank you for watching this video. Do let me know in comments if you have any queries. Happy learning. Bye.